Okay, day 256. We are getting it done. We're getting it done. It's been a busy day. We're falling a bit behind, but it's okay. We'll make up for it. We both got off of our daily jobs, came in here and tried to get everything fired up, and we're going to work on something new, see where it takes us, and we'll have a small chit chat. After this, we got in contact with Drew Solo. He's coming back to the show. No love lost with Drew Solo. Make sure you guys keep Groove Chemist in your thoughts. He went through some serious medical issues. If you were wondering why you haven't seen him in a while, that's the reason. So let's give positive vibes to Groove Chemist. And we're not going to spend too much time on this jam. As I said, it's very new. We don't know what we want to do with this yet. We're just going to do a little sneak peek and mess around and see what we can't figure out. I was wondering why we haven't seen Milo in the chat, so I hope Milo is okay as well. Thank you for that, Thomas. So that's Groove Chemist, who had a serious medical issue. I can't disclose what he had, but it was pretty bad. Let's think about Milo. I don't know what Milo's situation is, but it can't be good. And like I said, Drew Solo has been found. He's contacted us, and he'll rejoin the comment section in Monkey Island when he can get some things figured out. A lot of us are dealing with mental health, so let's talk to everyone in the comment section. Make sure the Monkey Islanders are good and we're moving freely. of C. We'll figure it out, Baba. Sort it out all in the end. We're going to sort it out at the end. I don't know where the fuck I was going. I tell you what, but it's how you find the most particular notes is by fucking off. Who's got the most? Anybody ever play their instrument and just noodle, just fuck off? Is it just me? Does anybody just noodle just to see what you come up with? I mean, that's how, if you guys are curious on how I create bass lines, 9 times out of 10, when I'm sitting in the confines of my own pleasantries, I just noodle on the bass until I miraculously stumble upon something that sounds good. I'll replicate it, and I'll add a little something to that, and then it's like, presto, it came out of thin air. Thanks, Hyper Monday. Hyper Mondays. That's a new name in the chat. Welcome in, Hyper Monday. I don't know, Hyper. We were just fucking around, man. I mean, sometimes do you just fuck around is what I'm asking you guys. Answer me, God damn it. I should be. They are. You just not reading chat. Well, maybe I should read the chat. Mm-hmm. Maybe I should take a gander. Maybe you should stop noodling your mouth and read the goddamn chat. Shit. If that don't say it all. Okay. I got some more pictures for you guys. I wonder if the Queen of Monkey Island is listening, if she can bring up this picture. You guys love it when we bring up pictures. Who knows where today is going to go? We have no fucking clue. Said the monkey. Anybody see Curious George? Watch out for Drew Solo. Drew Solo will be back into the comment section. There were some weird things that happened there. Real quick. Yes, Tomas. That's right. We just wait till your fingers do weird things to find a groove. Yeah. I love finding a groove. The fingers do all the thoughting. If you let them. If you let them. If you get out of your own way. But yeah, I love finding the groove when you're just coming up with shit on the fly when you're playing music and you
You actually feel like playing music, and then you just noodle. Get familiar with different skill sets, get familiar with shit. Sometimes I just like to take it back to the basics and just do just simple shit. It's like you're missing something. You gotta stop, listen, play, noodle, stop, listen. And then it just comes together. Now, I don't know if it's just the song is finally sinking in and you are familiar where you're going in the notes, but I don't know how it happens. I don't know how the magic happens, but it's magic and it happens.
And the fingers get crazy.
Ask James Dyson.
The fingers do get crazy. I don't see, and here's the thing too. We played that for about, I don't know, maybe an hour, right? We can come back tomorrow and be like,
it's a whole different damn vibe.
That was pure shit. We're going to erase it.
Yep.
Start from scratch.
Yep.
Shit like that happens. I don't know, like, if it's because we overthink it, and more times than not,
we overthink it.
We overthink it, and we've thrown away probably some bangers. Like, I would consider this to be nice, but is it nice?
Right. And normally when I'm feeling something, I'm like, oh, that's nice, like that melody, but I don't think I'm there yet. You there with it?
No, it's still young.
Yeah,
it's still, we still cooking.
My boy said we got our chef hats on, and we about to cook up.
But it does sound like it has a lot of potential.
Let's see. Roy says that's what he does. He noodles too, but he says something else. Moser, you and James are special because you noodle well with the ambiance. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. I think that's all about listening, right? I think you can noodle well if you just space it out and just listen. Sometimes the key is not to play 1,000 notes, right? Sometimes the key is just to listen and play maybe 2 or 3 repetitive notes until you get find a groove in just those 3 notes. Just find the groove, the feel for them, and play them shits all day. Just those 3 notes. Don't do nothing else. No fills or nothing, and see what that sound like.
Apollo says, getting ready to pull the trigger on this Head Rush Prime Amp modular and vocal processor multi-effects pedal. What you guys think? I don't know what that is, my boy. Couldn't tell you. But if you're looking to acquire anything related to music, as Synth Samurai would say, get that synth wealth, baby.
Ooh.
Throw it in there somewhere. Figure out what it do and if it works for you.
Oh, yeah. Simplicity suited the medium.
Yeah, that's something you got to fucking remember.
That fucking comment right there alone deserves put that in the sunlight. Don't even throw shade at it because that shit hit on all cylinders.
Put it in the sunlight. Get a little fire around it and let it smoke a little.
You know, back in the, and we weren't around then. I can't speak for my brother and I, but, you know, back in the early 60s, man, in the 50s, music had this simplicity vibe to it, and it's timeless. It still has that, it's timeless. Just keeping it simple. When you overcomplicate shit, that's when you got to stop.
When I was shoeing horses today, I had this song repeating in my head over and over on loop. Let me know how many of y'all get these random songs that just play over and over in your head. Maybe it's your own stuff. Maybe it's someone else. But for some reason, and this is kind of embarrassing, but it's kind of not. The loop in my head was the Cranberries.
Oh, what song?
And the song was Dolores repeating herself over and over. I don't know why that just popped in my head, but it goes like this.
Okay.
You're so pretty the way that you are.
Oh, yeah. Somebody find out the name.
You're so pretty the way that you are.
I already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Cranberries nut.
I don't know why that shit was it was on repeat the entire day until I had to do what? That's right. Download the fucking Cranberries album. Find the song, which that was a mess. and play it to get it out of there. Now I don't hear it anymore. Shit's wild. But Apollo, do what you do, bro. If you got something in mind and it's going to enhance your style, buy it. I want to see what you get yourself into. I might look at it and go, I need one of those ones. Dim's ones.
Simon Greatbatch says, like Count Basie used to say, it ain't what you put in, it's what you leave out.
Damn.
They knew then.
They knew then.
You knew then.
Oh, it's for his guitar. Yeah, that shit might be right. That shit might be a right fit for you.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's been a long day. We came up in here. We just crept on up in here.
Like a couple of bad boys.
Day 256, man. Like, I can't stress enough. Doing this 365 live everyday challenge has brought us some ups, some downs, some ins, some outs. It's allowed us to meet new people, go on this journey with us. And every day I come in here, I shit you not, I'm just like thrown back as to how we are still able to do this.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like, you ever feel like your personal space is just being shared? Like, even though I know it's for a few hours and we're with you guys on cameras, sometimes 2-3 hours, right? But it's 2-3 hours of our life that you get every day. I don't have a friend that I see every goddamn day, but I see y'all every day. Every day. We're here. Listen to us, okay? Take it from us. When you do something like this,
it's weird. It's weird, man.
And it's going to be more than a year, my boy, because we did a 100-day challenge before we started our 365. So a 465 is what we're telling you. We haven't stopped. Small vacations here and there.
Steve says, but you're the friends we see every day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I see you guys every day. What does that say? You guys know more about my brother and I than any of our friends because they don't talk to us or see us every day. They don't know what we conversate about every day. But y'all do. Y'all know more about us than a lot of people.
We have blood relatives that don't know a damn thing about us. Mango C4 in the house. Go check him out. Awesome beat maker.
Young, vibrant, young blood.
He be in there cooking. Every day, Monkey Island. That's right, Asif. That's right, David. Every day, Monkey Island.
Chrome says, have we prepared for stream withdrawal? I think there will be no withdrawal, sir. I think there would be stream release.
I think he's on to something. I don't know what it looks like when this is over. I don't know what I'm going to speak for myself.
Yeah.
I don't know what I come back to. Streaming every day on social media has taught me so many things that I'm going to share probably when it gets closer to that magic day. But I don't know what symptoms of reality looks like after 365 in my mind.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what he's saying. Yeah. I agree. 100%.
I don't know if we just vanish for like a couple years. I don't know if we even return to YouTube.
You don't know.
I don't know.
My boy said we might go in hibernation and never come out of it.
I don't know if we just, every now and then
take a sabbatical.
Post something on the long form side. I don't know if I slow down consuming content. But when you've done this for almost a year and a half every day, it does something to your mentality. I'm not burnt out, which that's weird to even say that I'm not burnt out. But however, there are certain thoughts in my mind and, I just can't shake them. But I'm conflicted upstairs. to the point where it's like just learning all this, man. You know, it's like, ugh.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's taxing. It takes time from a lot of things that you want to do, the things that you would like to do, but you have to set aside this. I know we wanted to play video games just for one day, just chill out for one day and play some goddamn video games.
Can't even do that.
Can't even do that because we got to get on this. We got to stick to our word. We done upheld ourselves to the utmost of the law.
And then it's like getting the show ready, thinking about the show. So that's already a mental workout.
Yes.
And then consume everyone else's content.
Yes.
That's a whole nother thing too. It's like going and also consuming everybody. There's people I've missed. There's comments I haven't gotten to. There's channels that I haven't been able to go and watch properly. A lot of you guys are here every day. You know, it's just so many of us now, and I did not foresee this in the future. I did not think the family would get this big so fast. And it makes me feel bad when I can't go and consume everyone's content, drop a like, leave a comment, and just marvel the art. It makes me feel like I'm not returning the love sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I think that's why we all do it. Sometimes. I mean, that's why I do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I try my best to be supportive, but now I'm just like, I'll be wherever, whoever, when I get to it. I'm starting to find a lot more balance. I'm not even tuning in. But like when I drove back today, Dyson just happened to be on my drive, and I just left it on Dyson and listened to him tinker and noodle.
Right.
Dyson noodled today exactly what I did. Who said that? Thomas, you're absolutely right. You fucking noodle. Yeah, man, and that's what we got to do with this YouTube stuff. You just go to somebody's place, you noodle around, and you get your ass out. Pay your respects, and you get your ass out of
Probe said only so many hours in a day.
Yeah.
Don't stress over it.
Yeah. Get him up on out of here.
But we just want to show love to,
and we know
all you riders and dyers,
and we know you guys get it. You know, we think about you. If we can't make it, just know that we love you. God damn it. If we're not at the party, get some goddamn carving cutouts, some life-size ones, and set them next to you.
Yeah, somebody told me, if people come to your channel, there's something you're doing to retain their attention, and they're there for you. They're not there because you came to their channel, or they're not there because you're viewing their content. They're there because there's something for them. And don't look outside of that too much. And it took me a while to chew that fat. And it's true. It's true.
Chewing fat is good. I chewed some fat off a rack of lamb the other day, and it was great.
I bet you it was good.
God damn it.
Especially when you sear it too.
Just right. When that fat melt in your mouth.
Okay. Meryl, let's bring over that picture. We're going to go into picture time. Let's go back in the past here.
Wait a minute. I think Dyson Sphere, bruh. I don't think it should be Dyson Sphere. I think it should be Dyson's noodle. Because I be noodling like Dyson, my boy. I'm sorry to cut you off, but go ahead.
Okay. Now, Synth Samurai sent me this text a few hours ago when watching Jervis. I just got off work. And if you don't know Synth Samurai, that's Yo Bad.
Oh. Yo Bad?
But, he sends me shit like this a lot. I'm not even going to say from time to time.
Mark is a special character. Mark will tell you shit in a text message like, hey, got to be up at 3 a.m., go to work, slew.
No.
Not only 3 hours later, he'll text you back going,
watch this Dick Gregory video. Let me know what you think.
And that's exactly what the type of shit he does.
Alex is a very weird guy. John could be very confusing.
Yeah. Jeff has no sleep pattern. He's He's random. He's like a fucking vampire.
Fred is different. He's cut from a different cloth.
But when Joey sends you shit like this at night, you damn well pay. You gotta pay attention. You better pay attention.
When he sends shit like this, it suggests something. Now, this is a shoe, and I want to say, well, there's the literature there, so I don't want to have to guess. She put the link.
Yeah, watch the short with SS. I think that's the short she's sending with SS. Watch it. Stop it. Read it. Read the text. Don't let that get by you.
Okay, this is called the Lotus shoe, and I'm going to try and find something here. Hang on.
Yeah, do they make that bad boy in the size 14, my boy?
I mean, this shoe and the properties of this shoe is so weird. Can we blow the literature up, Daryl? I'm really not getting. I thought I'd be able to find some sort of history on it.
What about this right here? What's
Okay,
so small?
It's so small I can't read it. Chat. You guys might want to have to get in there and
just read up on that.
Pay attention. Yeah. So the Chinese women had to go through.
There we go. There we go.
A method of binding their feet.
So the object in the image appears to be an antique or traditional shoe, likely from China. The intricate embroidery, vibrant red color, and the ornate sole design suggest it could be a lotus shoe. Lotus shoes were small, elaborately decorated shoes worn by Chinese women who had undergone foot bindings. Oh, I think Chrome just said this. A practice intended to create small lotus-shaped like feet, which was considered a mark of beauty and status. The shoes were often made of silk or cotton and decorated with detailed embroidery and something beading, as seen on the sole here.
So that something is shoes that have magnetic earthing plates. Now, why in the hell would those shoes need magnetic earthing plates?
The lattice pattern on the sole and the ornamental upper part of the shoe are characteristics of these shoes. Let's see here. If you'd like, I can provide this is a more historical context for other identity. Yeah, never mind. That's just some nonsense. But
this would suggest that and here's another thing, David Asif. What was our ancestors into?
Yeah, man. I'm scratching my head on this one.
No, we're not Chinese, right? But we're all from the same fucking planet.
Yeah.
So what was our ancestors into?
Yeah, magnetics.
How much knowledge did they really have? Why are they putting magnets at the sole of their shoes?
This is 2,000 years ago, correct?
Was it 2,000?
I think the samurai text said 2,000. 2,000 years ago, they're putting magnetic soles on the bottom of their bindings.
I mean, there's a huge part of me that says we have lost technology. We have lost a lot. And something like that.
Are they like grounding themselves to the earth? Is that what that's supposed to be?
I mean,
like it's supposed to be grounding?
Think about a regular sole on the shoe. It doesn't have any of those properties.
Right.
So their footing is allowing them to tap into earth in a different way. You would have to imagine. Birds, when they fly, it's not just a random, I'm going here, I'm going there. They can sense a lot of things in the air. What's the other thing where they have this internal compass
Oh, through the magnetic sphere or something
Right.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And if it's disturbed slightly, they can sense when a storm is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Did our ancestors try to mimic the wildlife? Could you look at the wildlife and
Probe says, where does it say about magnets? He wants that part of the information. Where can we find that information?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that.
Probes wants to know, where do we find that it was magnetic?
Hang on 1 second.
He's going to look it up.
Earthing heals and regenerates the body. Our ancestors were smarter than we think. 2,000 euro shoes has magnetic earthing plates. Okay.
Somebody's going to have to Google up earthing plates.
Yeah, Chrome or Steve, if you're still here, if you could find the info on this and link it so we can read this. Oh, I forgot. She can't share X videos. Damn it.
X don't like YouTube. YouTube don't like X. Let the games begin. My little noodlers. But yeah, I don't know. We'll find that. But in the meantime, if this is the thing where they're using magnetic plating, is that what they called it?
Earthing plates.
Earthing plates. I find it to be odd. I find it to be, I'm curious about it. I'm just curious. I want to know more. I'm like probes. I need to know more.
Like, I'm just trying to find, like, what the hell did that even, like, why?
And were they so magnetic enough, if they came across a point of contact on the earth, was it heavier to pick their foot up? Did they feel sort of, like when you put these shoes on, was there some resistance when you walked? That'd be interesting to know.
Here, I found something. Let me see if I can't send this to the wife and she can run this through. Maybe this guy is onto something. Maybe not. I don't know. I just sent you something, Daryl. Let's figure this out together. Let's do some investigative work here, shall we, people?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely odd, but it coming from the history of it, they use it as a status to shrink the foot. If that's not what we just read, like to show the wealth and status, they put you in this sort of footwear, judging people by their goddamn feet. Is that what we was doing 2,000 years ago?
I know there was something crazy to it.
We were feet judges. Wabbit, I need you to go out and put some earthing plates in your shoes and do some,
Get back to us.
do some analysis on it. Gather some data. Let us know. Run your analysis, gather data, report back. You may have to fly to China to get them, but we'll just say we'll write you out an IOU. You'll catch the flight, get your data, run your analysis, report back.
I'm going to send something else our way, too. Hang on 1 second. Go with me. As you know, this show is not scripted. On the fly.
What's going on out here in these streets, boy? It's your boy, Holy Dude. Loud.
Holy, whoa.
On channel 100, where we keeping it 100.
100?
100.
Shoe has magnetic earthing plate. What the fuck? Charlie, what they got going on out here in these streets, my boy? Yeah. Straight like, yeah. Charlie said He rather y'all bad E's than bad them J's. You feel me? You said you
Meryl, stop this dude. Stop. Play the other one. Play the other one. That dude don't make no fucking sense. He smoked out of his mind. He smoked his mind gone. Fuck is that dude talking about?
Boy, your brains are just plain dumb, ain't they? You got dumb brains, son. I'm sorry to give you the bad news. But what's the bad news, doctor? You have dumb brains. Now, there's no cure to this.
Your brains are dumb, son.
But they're just a bag of rocks at this point. Best we can do is bandage your head up and send you on your way.
She said the other one is worse. Why can't we get reliable people to do things like this? David said, okay, who has a foot fetish?
I think 2,000 years ago we did, or China did at least.
Good night, Steve.
It was royalty. Night, Steve. You get some sleep, bud.
Popcorn night's going to be a good one. Tomorrow, popcorn night. If you got a jam, submit it.
No, Friday. Today's only Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday?
God bless America.
God damn. Working hard out there, y'all. Working hard.
Hard in the 9-5.
Roy said, because it's bullshit.
Could very well be. We could very well be just looking at a pair of bullshit shoes with beads on them, shrinking up Asians' feet as if their feet can get any smaller. That's not a racist joke. It's just the physiological. It just makes sense.
Some bullshit.
It's some bullshit.
I got 2 more videos. I got locked and loaded that I'm going to show you guys. So, I wanted to get this out of the way to make sure we couldn't see what we couldn't see. Shit.
Roy says he needs us to look up the price of an earthing shoe. My boy, you got the free Mac in front of you. Look this shit up and give me the price. Stop messing with me, Roy. Look this shit up.
Look that shit up.
Give me the price on them bad boys. They're more expensive than Jordans.
Rabbit said Kent can investigate it. He's a foot master.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what Rabbit knows, but
shit.
I don't know him to lie to the people. Okay, she said the next one's bad. I think we're just going to throw out the Earth magnetic shoes.
Until we can get some more data
Until we can get some more data on them. Okay, Meryl, roll with the first video I sent you. Not the second one you just received. Anybody out there have a bucket list of where you would like to go before you pass this world?
A bucket list.
Is there somewhere you want to go? Is there something you want to see?
Something you want to do? To eat? Is there somewhere you want to sleep specifically?
I think our echo cancellation might be a little off or checked.
Hello.
Let me make sure. She's going to make sure.
Anybody ever get to a drive-through window and just don't know what to fucking order? You get to the drive-through, the menu thing, and you just like, I don't know what I want. And then you rush and get something that you don't fucking want.
Welcome to Ancient Architects. Please subscribe now to get the latest ancient history news and independent research from around the world.
Okay.
Puma Punku is a large ancient structure that forms part of the Tiwanaku site in western Bolivia, believed to date back to around 536 AD. The name Puma Punku means the door of the puma, and in the later Inca tradition, Tiwanaku is believed to be the site where the world was created. At its peak, Puma Punku is thought to have been unimaginably wondrous, but a lack of written record, its current deteriorated state due to historic looting, stone mining for building and ballast, as well as natural weathering, has made the site even more mysterious. Nobody really knows anything about it. What we do know is that Pumapunku is a truly incredible feat of engineering. Some blocks of stone are more than 7 meters long, weighing more than 130 tons. Some are made from a type of red sandstone, which would have had to have been transported up a steep incline to reach the site. Whilst other blocks, including the famous H blocks, are made from the volcanic rock andesite. The stones are finely cut and interlocked with perfection. Stone faces are perfectly flat, and corners are exact right angles. Details on the stone, whether for fitting, function, or ornamentation, are often complex, yet are always perfect. Whether straight lines that are grooved into hard volcanic rock, perfectly circular holes, or irregular patterns as we can see here, the workmanship is always perfect. The stones of Pumapunku all interlock. It must have been like a giant puzzle to put the ancient structure together. There was no room for error when they fashioned the individual stone blocks.
This is crazy.
The ancient architects of Pumapunku were meticulous.
Look at those holes right there. Look at how perfect those holes were drilled into this block of stone. How they interlock like puzzles. When I look at shit like this is on my bucket list, by the way. It's in South America, Pumapunku. When I look at shit like this, laser precision on these things, laser precisions. And it's not like you could just make these, and if you fuck up one of them, oh, well, go get another couple of 100-ton blocks and let's redo it again. I mean, these things were constructed perfectly. What do we not know about this?
Isn't this the stone too, where like you can only cut it with diamond?
Right. Those holes that have been drilled are so smooth. These corners and these edges are masterfully worked. What tools did we use to make that?
Do we have diamond chisels? Could chisels make straight lines like this? What sort of mind back in the ancient times could conceive and conjure?
Now, how come they haven't found these fucking tools that supposedly
should be laying around, right?
Laying around. I mean, they had to have some sort of diamond cutting tool.
Like the tool garage should not have been far from the building site. Am I right? We keep shipping containers at our building sites. We keep the tools nearby is what we're saying. Where the goddamn tools, man? Where the diamond edge drills and saws to cut this shit?
So we can at least go, oh, okay, that's how they did it.
That's what I'm saying. We haven't found damn tool. And they say only diamond can cut this shit?
Go ahead and press play, Daryl.
They created foundations, fitted stones directly to the bedrock, and there is also evidence of irrigation systems, hydraulic mechanisms, and sewage lines. This is a complex settlement and very advanced. Back in December 2018, scientists actually restored the enormous structure to its former splendor as a 3D model. Using a 3D printer, they recreated all of the individual blocks at 4% scale. And Alexei Vranich, an archaeologist with the University of California, worked with his team to fit them together through trial and error. In the end, they produced a near-complete model of Pumapunku. It was a sizable complex of plazas and ramps, adjoining a massive T-shaped platform with its featured gateways and windows seemingly carved from single blocks of stone. In 2006, experts did try to reconstruct the actual site, but although well-intended, they actually made things far worse, and today, not a single stone sits in its original place. Every single block has been moved, several have been lost, and most of them suffer heavy damage. I will do a video on their full findings in the future, but they were published on December 13th, 2018 in the journal Heritage Science. Researcher and author Brian Forster has been to the site on many occasions and researched it in depth, and on his fantastic channel, linked in the description below, you can learn a great deal about Pumapunku and view the anomalous structure in all its glory. Not everybody believes that the work started on the site around 536 AD and that it actually goes back much further in antiquity, being the handiwork of a lost ancient civilization and being a truly ancient part of the later Tiwanaku site. Whatever its age, what has never been fully explained is just how the blocks were cut, transported from the quarries, and then shaped. But maybe we've been looking at it all wrong. Thanks to an email I received from a Mr. Dave Ditzel, I've just read a new fantastic...
That's wild to me. Now, I'm not suggesting aliens came down from the sky and laser cut these things, although it's highly plausible. I don't think that's what happened per se.
But you don't know.
But I don't know. I got to be honest. I don't know. But I do know this. I think we were much smarter than what they are letting us believe.
Mm-hmm. I could agree with that.
They keep saying, oh, AD, BC, cavemen, no mathematics. But I mean,
these are blueprints right here. We're looking at something that we can't replicate today. And Rabbit's like, the Wabbit is right. What we're saying is we've become sloppy. We can't replicate what the dummies did back then. Truly, they were dummies back then. That's how history would portray them, the archaeologists, the geologists.
Daza said, I should say frequency resonance, not necessarily in the audio range. That's possible.
But the moving matter range, is that what you're thinking? Like moving mass?
You can move things with
sound.
You
can. Look how water is disturbed with sound.
I mean, it's just amazing how, well, one thing is, if you don't have any evidence of something of a higher nature came and helped people, if you don't have any evidence of it, it's kind of hard to lean that way. So instead, I just marvel at how this could be done. I mean, on your spare time, go look at these exact lines and these perfect holes with the perfect separation in between each and how smooth the rock is. And you can't even fit a dollar bill in between the fittings of these things, let alone a hair strand. It's just perfect. It's amazing. Go ahead, Daryl.
Scientific paper by Joseph Davidovits, Louis Heuermann, and Ralph Davidovits called Ancient Organo-Mineral Geopolymer in South American Monuments, Organic Matter in Andesite Stone, SEM and Petrographic Evidence. This paper, which is linked in the description below, is the basis for this video, and I'll be presenting the findings of this groundbreaking new research. As mentioned, there are many different aspects to Puma Punku, but some of the most puzzling items are what are called the H-blocks. They are made of a hard igneous rock known as andesite, but have an incredibly smooth finish, perfectly flat faces, with 90-degree right angles on the interior and exterior finishes, and the detail is exquisite. We are told they are made using simple stone tools, but this really doesn't work for me. Is it really the case? Not many alternative researchers believe the claim, but scientific or historical evidence to the contrary is hard to find. They are mind-boggling works of stone, and nobody with any conviction knows how they were achieved. But now, the research team has analysed samples of the andesite with a scanning electron microscope, and the finds are as surprising as they are intriguing. The team discovered the presence of organic matter, carbon, nitrogen, and mineral elements inside the volcanic rock. Having organic matter inside a volcanic rock is incredibly unusual, if not impossible, and points to the andesite being a man-made geopolymer. Back in 2018, the team undertook petrographic studies on the sandstone quarries and megalithic sandstone blocks and released a paper, also linked below in the description, showing evidence that the sandstone blocks were moulded with a geopolymer mixture. The makeup of the sandstone at Puma Punku was compared with 3 geological sandstone sites from the area. The SEM, EDS, XRD, and thin section results suggest that the sandstone megalithic blocks consist of sandstone grains from the Calamarca geological site, cemented with an amorphous ferrosilicate geopolymer matrix.
Okay, now see now
God, now we in
they
alchemy.
mixing.
We're in alchemy.
We in
here.
stone alchemy. Now they mixing shit like concrete, like how we do with sand and concrete.
But it's volcanic rock though.
Okay, but they stupid back then per what they're teaching the people, right? They shouldn't know anything about this, having blueprints. In order to build these marvels, one would think you would need a blueprint, right? Unless they just building off the top of the dome, which we don't even do that today. Hey, make me 82 of these H's. I want you to set this one here. I'm just going to freestyle this shit. No rhyme.
Right. And make them perfect.
And make them perfect now.
I don't want any waste. It sure seems cookie cutter. You would think there would be some imperfections, though, like why the consistency of the straight lines without fault? Everything is exactly 100% as the other.
Accurate.
I mean, is that not mind-boggling? Oh, Chrome, it could be a mold. Maybe they heat up all of these properties and poured it into a mold. Why not?
That's still beyond what, if we can't do that, replicate it. If we can't replicate it only on a smaller scale with 3D printing.
That's a good question, Rabbit. Was this their first try? If this was their first try,
Holy
that's even
shit.
That's
even
like,
more scary.
Okay, one, guys, just think about this. There has to be some sort of mathematics before any of this thing takes place.
Blueprints.
Okay. And they're saying this is AD. Okay.
Geometry.
How far back does I don't know the answers. This is why I like having conversations like this. How far back does mathematics go, Chrome? I mean, this is geometry, Chrome.
And they're saying it's possibly before that. They're saying there's debate saying that it dates further back. Like this is old.
Right? There has to be some sort of weights and measures, mathematics. There has to be some sort of volume. There has to be schematics on how to move it, schematics on where to place it. Like there's a lot going on. I mean, I believe humans have done this. There's nothing to suggest
they haven't.
They haven't per se, other than, this
the sophistication.
This looks wildly sophisticated.
It looks well advanced for the time that they were living in. I'll tell you, that's my personal opinion. To be that precise and that accurate with the measurements flawless and everything is spaced the same, nothing's off to fit and squeeze into these. Like that's genius that they were, even what Wabbit or Chrome was saying, even if they were casting this stuff, to make a cast, to move these heavy ass blocks and to know how to mix a stone together, that's just wild. Civilization should have been taken off eons ago if that's the case.
I believe there was I don't know what to believe anymore. Was there just basic math?
You don't get dumber over time, do we? I wonder if all the
Okay, Chrome said math basically developed in 3 to 2000 BC era for astronomical observations and engineering. I agree with that, Daza. He even says our calendar is a joke. Helps to further distort our sense of history. Yeah, fuck yeah, Daza.
Yeah, but I don't think the math was as advanced as it is now. It was probably far, far basic than what we know.
Roy says we definitely had math before that.
I don't think they were studying geometry.
Yeah. Knowledge is only passed down in healthy civilizations, pre-writing. Okay, Chrome. So you're saying papyruses and writings on the wall? Like that was the way to pass this knowledge down until we figured out other ways to store data.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one because it's so old. And even the people that study this subject, they debate on it because they don't know. They can't get a grasp of this work.
Rabbit said that shit was sent via pager. But yeah, Chrome's right. I think the first libraries were on the walls. Then like tablets, maybe.
Yeah, this is the, like you said, man, before, this is the best part about it. It's the mystery of it all. And even our finest, even the people that actually studied this shit their whole lives, right? These archaeologists, they debate about it because they don't know. So if they don't know, that leaves it open game, my boy.
Right. And we're supposed to be what? Further advanced?
We're supposed to be.
Go ahead and press play, Meryl. This is almost done.
Matrix, which was formed by human intervention. Extra alkaline salt, known as natron, from the Laguna Cachi in the Altiplano, Bolivia, was also found to have been added to the mixture. But even though this explained the incredibly large sandstone blocks at Pumapunku, the andesite H blocks still had us scratching our heads until now. It has long been believed that the andesite blocks originated from the volcano Cerro Capia in the southern part of Lake Titicaca. But this has been taken for granted as no petrographic work has ever been carried out on samples of the Pumapunku andesite and the natural rock in situ. The research team took andesite samples, but they were sure to take them from outside of the protected monument area. They then analysed them with a scanning electron microscope. Although the surface is very flat, there was no trace of polishing. There were no abrasion marks or cutting marks on the crystals, but the rock was dotted with small holes, approximately 0.5 to 1 millimeter in diameter and 0.2 to 0.5 millimeters deep, each having clear edges. In thin section, the researchers identified a number of common andesite crystals, such as plagioclase, biotite mica, and pyroxene. But there was also a strange amorphous substance, light brown in colour and faded to the edges. Looking with a high magnification, this was certainly not a crystal, and the researchers admitted it resembled something more like rubber. The substance had a very high amount of carbon, nitrogen, and mineral elements. It had a clear signature of organic matter, and as discussed in the paper, the scientists were able to rule out the possibility of surface pollution or contamination with further tests. The fact was, the scientists had discovered organic matter within the structure of a volcanic rock. Geologically speaking, it is not possible to have organic matter in a solid volcanic rock, and it wasn't just one anomalous blob of organic matter. It was seen throughout the samples.
Damn. Damn.
That's what I'm talking about. And I don't know what these scientists, I just don't know that shit. It's not my field of expertise. I can only take it at face value and depend on their education for them to give me what they think.
Right. Thomas says, but how was the nature around then?
I mean, they're infusing organic matter into rock. Something he just said that should not be able to do. They should not be able to do that. Geopolymer rocks, is that what he's saying? It's like us making plastic. These people were making shit then. And look how well it stands the test of time.
Yeah, I agree, Dazza. It seems like every civilization that has technology and it gets super advanced, people start to find ways to corrupt it and it backfires and then boom.
Do we have anything that we made in modern society that we could say is going to last over 2,000 years? Is there something that we've made
today?
Yeah. You think plastic could last over 2,000 years? You think
like disk hard drives?
You think a building can last over 2,000 years? Disk hard drives? Do you guys think that shit can last over 2,000 years? I'm curious. I mean, because I don't know.
A bowel movement.
A bowel movement, if you could live that long, could last you literally over.
Or it could get petrified.
Petrified shit.
A petrified turd.
But they're stupid enough, they would have you to believe that these people didn't have the know-it-all to build stuff like this. Yet their shit is still lingering. The pyramids are still lingering. The pyramids in South America are still lingering. In China, Hell, there's even one in Mongolia.
Nuclear waste can last 2,000 years. That's what Royd is saying.
But yeah, okay, that's a byproduct of our stupidity.
Kenton Cressy could last 2,000 years. That's what Rabbit is.
I think shit.
They already almost
there.
They on the road right now. All right, Meryl, play this last part. We got one more video and we're getting out of here.
Viable explanation from the researchers is that the andesite is actually a ceramic-like man-made stone. They claim the organic matter detected in the study suggests the reaction of ammonium organic compound from vegetal or animal origin with minerals to form an organo-mineral binding agent to stick the geopolymer rock together. It seems likely that the builders transported non-consolidated volcanic tuff, which has the consistency of sand, from the Kero-Capia region and added the organo-mineral binder, manufacturing the stone with local biomass. As Davidovits, Heuermann and Davidovits say in their paper, their work demonstrates that the Puma Punku builders mastered two methods of geopolymer, one for the sandstone megaliths, as they outlined in an earlier paper, and one for the andesite structures, as discussed in this video. That can prove scientifically that Puma Punku is a geopolymer site, a fact that is truly groundbreaking. The H-blocks of Puma Punku are without doubt some of the strangest ancient megalithic artifacts in the world, displaying strange magnetic properties as shown by Brian Forster and cut in such a precise and perfect way by a civilization we are told only had stone tools. The only real explanation seems to be that the blocks are man-made and now we have evidence. We know scientifically that the builders of Puma Punku were far more advanced than historians and archaeologists admit. The andesite rocks include organic matter, something geologically impossible, and therefore that alone shows that the H-blocks are no ordinary volcanic rock. They are clearly man-made. The next step of their study is to gather enough samples of the Puma Punku andesite to find out the exact makeup of the organic matter, and then they will also be able to undertake carbon-14 dating. Although not always reliable, the team are actually going to be able to carbon date a rock, and then we may find out just how old Puma Punku really is. Maybe history is on the verge of being rewritten. I have just launched a new YouTube channel called Space and Planet, which focuses on Earth and space science.
What would cause all those blocks to be in disarray? Maybe a catastrophic flood, or...
We said that about that last site, right? Or maybe there was some sort of blast.
Maybe it was some sort of blast. Maybe it was an earthquake that put all that in disarray.
That would be strong enough for sure.
And then I would think a flood more or less would wipe the knowledge away and the people and maybe some tools. But to not find the tools at the work site seems a little strange. I'm thinking maybe the Smith and Sony was there, and
did they move all of them, Chrome, or just those two or those three side by side? Like they tried to their best to stack them like they did, and they came nowhere close. I think that was what he was talking about as well. We tried to move them and stack them like how they would have been, and we came nowhere close. Yeah, some of them are like the whole site is dilapidated. I get it, but it was found with all this shit strewn about. It wasn't attached, right? Like a boneyard of stone.
Yeah, I've seen the Sphinx, Roy. That I did see. And even, like, that's weird. There was an artist who proclaimed that the Sphinx had an African nose, and he can prove it because he went back and was trying to do the math and what was proportionate for the time frame, and it was based off of African civilization for ancient Kemet, and it had a black nose. But the Romans, like, I don't know what he said, they destroyed the nose of it for some particular reason because they were trying to hide the history of the people. I don't know. That's that secondhand shit when you read it or you look at it. You just don't know. But he was explaining, why is there nothing else missing, just the nose? What were they trying to do? So
that's a good point.
I don't know where that was headed, but I mean, When you look into these things and you see how murky our past is, and people are literally trying to keep this away from us, I don't understand why they're doing this shit.
He said he don't get it.
What's in it for them? What's in it for you to keep the past from us? Why can't we know our past? How's it going to hurt us? We're already doing the worst to ourselves now.
Right. Maybe this could benefit us some sort of way.
Okay, this is the last video. We're going to get out of here. And this is a very interesting. I saw this morning. If you have not watched the telepathy tapes,
Do so.
You playing yourself.
And don't play yourself.
Stop playing yourself.
Nobody wants to play themselves.
Watch the telepathy tapes. Come back and have a conversation with us on the telepathy tapes.
Open yourself up. Like a book.
This next video is about a kid in India. And this little girl can basically see everything with her eyes closed and covered up. And the things she can do, it's not just her, but there are other children who've been practicing this method. They can do it very well. And she says, I'm not using my eyes, I'm using my mind, my consciousness to see. You don't need your eyes to see. And it's very interesting is all I could say. And it just reminded me of the telepathy tapes.
That's what I got from it. And there's a particular part of this where I really like what she does with her mind.
Mm-hmm.
We want to tell them or just let them watch?
Yeah, let's let them watch.
Right.
Let me see if she got the video or she's queuing it
Right.
up now.
Right. Yeah. Des, I need you to send us 2 tickets to your place. Have a couple of KTM 500s waiting for us. Our boot size is 14. Just a couple of helmets, and we'll be out there as soon as possible. Yeah.
What's that link Roy put up? I'm not going to play the entire video. I just want you guys to see this. Give us a minute while we get this video up.
It's the Coral Castle.
Is that something else we should be looking into, Roy?
I don't know. Roy sent it. It looks very interesting. I'll tell you that. This castle made of coral.
People's energies and intentions.
Okay, here we go.
Tell me a story where you felt that it was not, the intention was not a good intention.
Okay, so this had happened years back. We were just walking on a road, me and my mom, and it was in the afternoon, so it is quite sunny. The sun is on your head. So we were almost tired. We were not in a situation even to take one more step ahead. So there was one of the gentlemen who offered us a lift. He said, okay, why don't you come along with us? Come along with me. And I said, my mom, you need not go to this person. We'll walk. It's okay. We might have to, put a lot of efforts in stepping more and more, though we are tired, but we should not take the lift from him. I was very clear. I told her very clearly. She was like, okay, fine, we'll just walk. And then later, the next day, we got to know that the person, the same gentleman, who he had provided lift to somebody else except for us, he had done something inappropriate with them.
No.
So that really kept us safe. So not getting into problems, that's what intuition process really helped that time.
Wow.
It's not just keeping me safe or myself safe. It is about keeping everybody safe from problems.
And in that moment, where in your body did you feel that was something wrong?
I just suddenly felt a feeling in my heart. There was some force which just came.
Yeah.
It like to just say something came from here, just hit me over here saying that you don't have to go. So it was, you can't see it. It's like I just have to explain it to you. So something just came like this, and then it just bounced out of my mouth. It's just like a ball, how it comes, how it, when the bowler is bowling
Yeah.
and then the ball takes a swing. It was just like that, It just came and then I just got a thought inside that, okay, I don't have to do that.
Wow. What did you learn from that story?
That story that, like, of course, we cannot trust anyone who's unknown. And secondly, to follow your heart, follow your gut, follow your intuition. That's what it is. Like, whatever you get as your first thought,
Mm.
You should take it up. But it's like, okay, for an example, a normal person, if they are also in my situation, they were in my situation, they would have felt, okay, this is a good luck for me, good chance I can take up and I can go to the place whichever I want to. Because that.
Okay, so she said she avoided her and her mother avoided possible dangers by taking a ride with this stranger. It was not going to end well.
And come to find out, he picked up some other people and inappropriately touched them or did something with them.
I think some people can link that to intuition,
Sixth sense, your gut feeling.
but you can't do it to everyone, and you don't know who is who. Even the most innocent guy can be a mass serial killer.
Okay, since we acknowledge that, right? Is there a way now to say that we can train, if we knew how, we could train our instincts by practicing these per se senses? If we knew how?
If we knew how.
If we all agree that we all have a sixth sense, or we have this gut feeling that you just can't quite describe, or the hairs on the back of your neck stand up when you know something just ain't right and you're perceiving something, what does that say?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? And could we exercise that whatever muscle and make that bad boy more pronounced? Think about it. Shit, let's talk about it.
Go ahead and hit play.
It's their greed that is, the sort of laziness what they're showing, and they have got something, but they don't think what would happen next, right? So it's just like they feel, okay, I've got it, let me just utilize it, but they don't think what would happen after the utilization, right? So that's what it really helped me know that, okay, not everyone is trustable. Of course, by intuition process, I got a feeling, and to take decisions on your own. You don't have to always go on public opinion. To take yourself decisions and to be firm on that. That's what I learned.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love it. So what are some of the abilities that you developed after the program?
First thing is like the blindfold activities, for sure. And then second is the ability to move objects with the power of intuition. It's like, it's known as telekinesis.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And more and more just keep coming and keep coming. So predictions is also, I don't think so it's appropriate to say it like an ability, but yeah, we can say it's an ability.
And tell me the process of that you move objects with your intuition.
Okay, so it's like I just put some concentration on the object which has to be moved.
Yeah.
And then, I try to connect to it. So for an example, I have straws.
Yeah.
I try to connect to the straws.
Wow.
And then it's like making friends with it and then telling it to move, right? So the straw gets connected. I get connected to the straw and then I say, okay, you have to move to the right. I tell it individually or sometimes together. That's different. And then with the power of intuition, they just move.
Okay, so you're going to show us now in action. So we have no AC, there's no wind, and this is a straw, a paper straw.
Yes.
Right? And you are going to move this with your mind.
Okay, now it gets interesting. Didn't Wagyu say last night that
he can move a pendulum with his mind?
He can move a pendulum with his mind.
He can rotate it. He can make it go from left to right.
That's what Wagyu said last night.
But goddamn if a nigga is seeing aliens.
Or life isn't interesting enough. Which he sent a video I need to watch.
Yeah. But go on with you.
Go ahead. Let's go.
Yeah.
Sort of intuition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That is pretty impressive. So how do you do that?
So, as I said, I tried to connect to the straw and then, making friends with it and then talking to it and seeing it. And one more thing, like, many might doubt, like, there might be nose breath
Yeah.
or mouth breath. It's very tough. See, if I blow it hardly, then it would move.
Yeah.
Right?
And I saw that you did
Yes.
blow. Yeah. I
So
saw that you did
it's
blow.
complete, power of intuition.
I see. And
Yeah.
what is like some misconception that people have about intuition?
Misconception, I have never, put my thoughts on that because I know that intuition always leads you to the right path, guides you to the right path. But if someone has a misconception of intuition, I would say just do the intuition process. You'll understand.
Here's a good example.
Yes.
All right. So we do one more. So which one we will do?
Okay, yeah, she could turn around and try it. She could move away from the fucking table. Yeah. I don't know either one of these people, so who knows if they're all into some big scam together. It is the Indian people who like to scam you.
Oh, now that was very
That was crazy. I take it back. But
Yeah.
but a large part of it is true.
that was crazy as hell.
I mean, I don't know. And this is where we get into the dark water, people. This is where we get into, one, I do believe in telekinesis. Two, I do believe in telepathy. But I mean, what are we watching here? How do we decipher what the truth is? Because even if it was real, okay, let's just go on the edge here and say, if this is real, we still don't believe it. Let's go, Meryl.
You can try one more. Once more.
Oh yeah. Just to see if it was not luck. Wow. So good.
I mean,
Well done.
why does her arm keep
we-
moving? Like her arm moves a lot, and I don't know. I don't know what that suggests to me, but if this guy is sitting right in front of her, like what Probe said, why not put these things on a table inside of an aquarium and really eliminate all of the variables? But why is her arm twitch? Is that producing some wind? I don't know. I don't know.
You know what I thought too? You know what I thought was possible? What if this girl taught herself to like blow air out of one nostril? Or what if like one nostril is plugged and she can kind of angle the air that she blows from her nostril to disturb the straw, not all of them. It's not getting direct air, but it's getting a glancing blow of air.
Chrome said, now we know how the H blocks got moved. Goddamn right, Chrome. She did it by herself.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like she could put the straws strategically in a position where she plugs this nose and air comes out of this nose and you can feel where the air is going to land.
Yeah.
So you'll set your shit up. You'll set your straw up right to where that one is being affected and not the rest. Is that possible?
Chrome said we can, some of us can breathe through our ears. Wow. See, that's the shit I want to know, Chrome. Okay, let's go, Daryl. We're going to get through a couple of more of these tests and see what you guys think.
Do the phone.
I get the blindfold. Okay, so this is a blindfold which we'll be wearing. Like, it's double padded, in fact. First, we just used to do it like this, So it's like, it has paddings from all around, like from here, from the top, from the bottom, and from the sides. And to make it more difficult, we have started putting second layer, that is cotton pads. So we'll just put on our eyes so that just test it out. So, you can confirm that there's no light passing through it.
Yeah, I can confirm. No lights. I can't see anything.
Okay.
True.
So now I'll be putting on the same blindfold.
Yes.
And then you can give any picture.
So I'm gonna. Okay, I choose one
Yes.
picture,
Yes.
and you're gonna
Describe it.
describe the
Yes.
picture. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So let me choose picture. All right.
Okay. Okay. So it's your picture.
Yeah.
Okay. And it says 170K. Okay. So you're holding a picture and 170K is written in black color. And you are showing that excited face. Okay. And then you are wearing a white color shirt. And like the background itself is white in color. And then there's something orange also over here. Right?
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Shit. It's what we here for. Talk about it, my boy.
She had a blindfold on and she saw the picture. So what are we missing here? I mean, let's try to pull this apart.
Earpiece in the ear.
There was one more I wanted to see. It was right after that one, Daryl, before we close out that. But there was a...
You think it's an earpiece in the ear?
I don't know. I don't know if there was an earpiece. Like, I'm sure, if this guy was wanting to prove a point or he was really astonished as to what it was he was seeing and witnessing, you would think he would go through a lot of different tests to show us, because you have to be really, really, what's the word? Thorough if you're going to try and show this over the TV screen. Right? You have to be able to show people this is really happening. Go ahead and show this last one.
Yes, it is. Wow. Can we do another one?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me just show to the camera.
Okay. So it says, like, it's a YouTube page and it's your own channel. It says something bigger show by Rodrigo. And then, it's like your thumbnail, your cover page over here. And then It says manifest anything you want. That's the first video, right? And over here it shows the search button and then your profile picture and those, see your subscribers. That's what it is. And then that's it. It's like a white color theme, and over here it's purple, and over here also it's purple and white on the top, and the text is black in color.
If he's genuine and this guy's here, and we'll just take him, let's just say for shits and giggles, we'll take him at face value. He's genuine. He's there. He's like us. He's just trying to make sense of it to see if it's real. And this is his reaction to it. If he's there and he's looking at it and he's scrutinizing it and picking it apart, and he sees that she's not moving anything, there's no strings attached, we got to think about that too. We just can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. If we're good enough to debunk it, scrutinize it heavily, there's gonna always be the what if.
Who was that? Caden SMC. I'm with you there. It's a little sus. Like there, not only could it have been done live, but I've watched this like 2 or 3 times, and I picked up on some things that just made me go, okay, so this is clearly another India scam. But maybe there's a 1%, should I even give it a 5% chance that there could be some truth here.
But I think we're all coming to the consensus this needs to be done in a different environment. This needs to be done where like we can see the actual, like place her in a random place,
right,
and make sure we have legitimate people in there. Like, but again, how do we validate that?
Yeah, and why keep handing the phone to her like that?
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
She sits so close to the table when she's moving the straws. The guy hands the phone to her. It's just all.
I would ask her, can you move those straws 5 feet away, turned around?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a limit to how far your telekinesis works? Is it only straws? Can you move like an apple? And I want to hold the apple in my hand. Matter of fact, if he was thinking about it, he could have held the straw in his hand and said, hey, move the straw out of my hand. I could see that done live.
Yeah, Dazza said the only thing that will convince you is when you do it yourself. And that's true.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Dazza, were you here when I said the truth is gone forever? We shouldn't even concern ourselves with the truth anymore. The truth is dead, much like hip hop. It's dead. It's not coming back.
Jesus, this went from the truth of this to.
We just have to be good with, if we don't see it ourselves, if we don't experience it ourselves.
I think that's the ultimate truth bomb.
It's no longer true.
Yeah, I think that's the ultimate truth bomb. I don't think anybody's going to be happy enough unless that shit was done right in front of them or that they could do it themselves. We so quick, fast to close doors on shit. It's crazy. What crazy?
Yeah, but anybody who's anybody could see like there was just something wrong about all of that. Like nothing.
It didn't feel genuine.
No, nothing about that felt real.
Right. The angles of the camera. How come they didn't show underneath like something about it just says
very limited access on everything.
Yeah.
So the reason why I do show that is that girl was speaking about a feeling, intuition. It's safe to say we all felt That was some bullshit.
Oh,
We all felt it. It's alive within us. Is that our ultimate truth-seeking power? Do we have some kind of thing that's hidden within us?
it's called the bullshit meter.
Okay. And what is that? How do you describe it?
It's a meter that
How
detects
do
the
you,
bullshit.
how do you know?
It's one of those senses that's just not physical
Right.
in essence.
Right. Where's it derived from? Is it a feeling?
Yeah, what's the point of origin for shit like
That's
that?
what I'm saying. Like, but it's real. We all sat here and came up with our, some people are gullible. That dude in front of that girl, he was not gullible. That dude knew exactly what was going on, and he knew exactly why they were doing it.
Damn, you're saying it was a plot
For the gullible.
oh, to get the views? You think they do shit like that just for the views, my boy? Hell yeah, they do shit like that just for the views.
Because there's a lot of people who want to believe in things like this.
Yes.
Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe in things like remote viewing and outer body experiences, and maybe there's some shit going on in our skies that aren't 100% us all of the time. I believe in it. I've seen some things that were questionable. I've seen some things that go, okay, yeah, that didn't sit well, and it challenged my reality. Hence, symptoms of reality. But here's the key factor. I had to experience it for myself. Even my wife experiences some weird things, but she's very reluctant to believe someone else, even though she knows that she's seen some things too. So there's something to be said there. The bullshit meter is alive within all of us. We can call it. It's something special that conjures from somewhere, and it allows us to go, it's bullshit. But I do believe if we see something per the individual and it challenged everything,
Yep.
then hey, I saw what I saw. I don't understand it, but I saw it.
You better damn sure make sure them bullshit meter batteries is charged. 100%. But it was interesting nonetheless. I'm with him. I do believe in some form of telekinesis. At least I believe in the thought process until it's shown. Then I guess I'll be with everybody else and be like, yeah, I believe that. I believe in telepathy. I believe the studies that have been done by these doctors are genuine. I think they're hardcore. I'm a firm believer that we can use the mind to communicate with each other. If the CIA spent, like Daz has said, decades during the remote viewing process, there's something to it.
Mm-hmm.
The government does not waste money on nothing.
Mm-mm.
I do believe that if you take a hallucinogen or DMT or LSD or mushrooms, it could put you in a different form of reality.
An altered state.
And that reality could very well just be as real as this one. We're just too sober in the mind to realize it. And maybe back then, LSD and drugs like that got us to where we are today. It forced people to think outside the box. You just don't know. You have your biases, you have your own thoughts, you have your own thing.
Tomorrow, Roy sent me something very interesting. I'm going to do a little bit of research, and we'll have more videos for tomorrow. We'll have some pictures. But tomorrow, let's say, or what say you guys, why don't we go into the world of black magic?
Ooh, them dark arts.
Is it real? Is black magic real?
I want to know if Hogwarts is real.
Is mind manipulation real?
We know mind control is real. They did very well with mind control by introducing the motherfucking cell phone. And look at it. Control our minds.
Maybe we should do a little something on LSD and
Experiment.
bring Roy Joy Void in for the conversation.
I mean, I'm not going to do LSD, but hell,
the history. No, but just to talk about the history of LSD.
Yeah.
Black magic.
Why did the government spend all this money on LSD and put it on these damn poor army troops? Why did they max out a particular individual just to see what the overdose effect looks like? What did they know?
Roy Joy Voice said, mind control is easily done and rather perfected. Probe says, the real mind control.
Yeah. And you know what the best part is? It's no one forcing you to do it. They're not waving the watch in front of your eyes and saying, you will go do this. It's not even, it's easier than that. It's easier than that. Put the content that you want on this device, make everything readily available for you, and just keep your face in it. We're going to control you. We're going to make sure everybody has one, and we're going to control your minds with the shit that we project on it. Propaganda, this or that, this or that.
There's a saying I say to myself all the time, and I wonder if you guys say it too. You can always find what you're searching for. If it's a conspiracy theory, if it's mysticism, if it's horror, if it's negativity, if it's positivity, if it's a rabbit hole, you can always find what you're searching for. But when you find it, you have to look at it and you have to question it. And that right there, just that right there, starts it.
It's the human gift, man. The human was derived out of curiosity soup.
Advertising is the real mind control, Probes.
Advertising is just consume, buy, and eat. Consume, buy it, material, eat. Consume it, buy it, material, eat. Buy, material, drug, eat. That's all commercials are. Consume, buy, eat. Consume, buy, eat.
There are no bliss commercials
you ain't getting none of
that show you how to better yourself, how to eat healthier.
No.
How to maintain your family.
No, Chris. No.
How to deal with stress without drugs. Like there's no advertisement on this planet on TV that makes you a better person. You don't believe this? Watch every fucking commercial you can in the US. And it's all about what this man just said. Buy. Consume.
Drugs.
Eat. There's nothing else there for you. Nothing.
I think I'm going to trade all my little what chips I have left and just go to Papua New Guinea. Run around beheading people. That's what they do in Papua New Guinea. Cannibals out there is what I hear. It's what I read.
Tomorrow is Thursday. We're going to go over some black magic. Is it real?
Voodoo arts, dark arts.
When did we stop believing in magic?
The voodoo. I think people in the South, they still believe in voodoo. I'm going to have to look into that tonight. The Lugaroo.
Is voodoo real?
I mean, you think a doll and me putting some needles up his ass, that person gonna feel it? You think that's real? We're gonna find out.
dark arts. As I always say about this time,
Love, bye.